Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, This Morning.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Alexandra Carter. It's Tuesday, July 23rd. Let's check in now with News 8 meteorologist Art Jarrett, who has a look at our forecast. Good morning, Art.
Well, good morning to you, Alexandra. Great to see you yet again. We are looking at some rainfall moving through the area. You can see it right behind me. We also have some patchy to dense fog out there right now. This rainfall will continue through the morning as well as into the afternoon and possibly into the evening hours as well before it starts to break down to a 20 to 10% chance. All right, that being said, we take a look at the fog and low cloud activity that's out there currently. Black River Falls back to dense fog. We're also seeing areas right by La Crosse, 9 miles visibility, Winona, 7 miles visibility up to the north, Ladysmith and Eau Claire. Patchy fog for you. Sparta doing the same thing down to Viroqua and Boscobel. We'll continue on as we go into the scattered showers to finish out the day. Like I said, a 30% chance, and that's a huge change from yesterday where we had an 80% chance for today. Well, that is broken down, and you can see most of it is down to the east, but this large batch of rainfall and storms that you see down to the south, that just moved over La Crosse about maybe 4 to 3 hours ago. Current temperatures right now widespread in the 60s and really comfortable indeed. Dew points are also in the 60s, so you can see why we're going to continue on the day with holding on to observed winds are calm. That fog will stick with us as we get into the mid-morning hours, and then that rainfall will continue to follow. Back to you.
All right, Art, thank you. News 8 Now's Allison Fergott spoke with members of the local Democratic Party about how they're coping with the abrupt transition on the campaign trail after President Biden announced over the weekend that he was dropping out of the race for re-election.
Right now, I think we're on hold.
With the presidential election now spun on its head, some local Democrats say they're having to slow down their efforts to connect with voters.
Well, I got to wait for some new information to pass out.
But others are moving full steam ahead.
We have so many excellent candidates that we are door knocking from.
And they plan to start advocating for Vice President Kamala Harris right away.
All of these things that Biden accomplished, we still get to talk about because Harris is a part of that ticket.
It's a transitional time for the party, but many Democrats are uniting around Harris.
I'm supporting Kamala Harris. I am praying that all the naysayers and everything will band together and we can make this thing happen.
And they're confident that despite the late start, Harris can still win the Badger State.
I think she just needs to be here and explain why she's running and really explain why things are better under a Democrat administration.
Garcia will be a delegate at the Democratic National Convention this August. He, along with the 5 other 3rd Congressional District delegates, are now vowing to support Harris at the DNC.
Once Biden released the delegates, they could have chosen anyone. The delegates that are coalescing around Harris are doing so because of her strength as a candidate.
And right now, Western Wisconsin Democrats are ready to move forward together with a new candidate.
It's time for us to get our act together.
Reporting in La Crosse, Allison Fergott, News 8 Now, This Morning.
Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson is set to welcome Harris today for the vice president's first campaign stop after President Biden left the campaign. Johnson says he's not surprised to see his party rally behind Harris. He says the party's support for her means President Biden got it right when nominating her as VP 4 years ago.
That's what the vice president's job is to step in and serve as the president. And we are all blessed because of Joe Biden's forthright decision in selecting Kamala Harris. That's, I think, why you see so many Democrats coalescing around her within 24 hours of her candidacy.
Wisconsin's Democratic Party chairman stated 89 of the state's 95 delegates will support VP Harris at the DNC. Also happening today, President Biden is expected to head back to the White House this morning after testing positive for COVID last week. He'll get his daily briefing, but there are no meetings on his schedule for now. On Thursday, he's expected to meet with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who's in the country to address Congress Wednesday, and who is also expected to meet with Vice President Harris. The Biden administration wants the U.S. Supreme Court to allow enforcement of new changes made to Title IX anti-discrimination rules in schools across the nation. Those adjustments included civil rights protections for LGBTQ+ students and were supposed to go into effect next month. However, some Republican attorneys general and a pair of federal judges took legal action blocking those protections. The administration is arguing to the high court that the lower courts erred when they blocked enforcement. Schools that receive federal aid are required to comply with Title IX rules. Calls for the head of the Secret Service to step down are growing this morning. That's despite what was an often heated hearing on Capitol Hill on Monday regarding security failures that may have resulted in the attempted assassination of former President Trump. CBS's Jared Hill has those details.
On Capitol Hill, a bipartisan berating for the director of the Secret Service.
Looks like you guys were cutting corners.
How could this happen?
Kimberly Cheadle, in her first testimony since the assassination attempt against former President Trump, said she takes full responsibility for any security lapse that day.
The assassination attempt of former President Donald Trump on July 13th is the most significant operational failure of the Secret Service in decades.
But the nearly 30-year vet of the organization wouldn't go into detail about how 20-year-old gunman Thomas Matthew Crooks made it onto a roof just 500 feet from the former president, that he'd flown a drone over the rally, or why Trump was allowed to take the stage despite agents being told as many as 5 times that a suspicious person had been spotted nearby.
I'm not going to get into specifics of that day,
citing ongoing investigations and a report in the works.
The notion of a report coming out in 60 days when the threat environment is so high in the United States, irrespective of party, is not acceptable.
Members of a second congressional committee have launched their own probe, touring the rally site.
Someone should have had eyes on that building all the way around outside so no one ever got on top of that building.
Back on the Hill, lawmakers on both sides of the aisle say the director of the Secret Service should resign.
The House is expected to vote on a task force to investigate the shooting, which killed 1 man and sent 2 others to the hospital with critical injuries. The Senate Ethics Committee is going to review Senator Bob Menendez's alleged rules violations. That announcement comes a week after the New Jersey Democrat was found guilty on all 16 counts, including bribery, wire fraud, and acting as a foreign agent. The committee unanimously voted in favor of the probe, and they plan to complete it promptly, they say. Menendez is scheduled to be sentenced in October when he faces a maximum sentence of 222 years in prison. He has denied all wrongdoing. We're learning more about a Juneau County crash that left 1 person dead last week. 52-year-old Derek Schaefer of Pennsylvania is charged with intoxicated vehicular homicide, operating without a driver's license, and possession of THC. According to the criminal complaint, Schaefer was driving himself and a friend on I-90-94 East early Wednesday morning when he crossed both lanes of traffic and rolled several times into a ditch. State troopers found a woman dead at the scene and marijuana and open liquor near the car. A Juneau County judge has set a $10,000 cash bond. 2 people are dead after a plane crash near Oshkosh yesterday. According to the Winnebago County Sheriff's Office, that happened shortly before 1 p.m. This happened as Oshkosh is hosting its annual air show. EAA AirVenture, which attracts over 500,000 aviation enthusiasts each year. EAA says the aircraft was not involved in any show demonstrations. The National Transportation Safety Board is investigating. A former volunteer wrestling coach accused of sex crimes is headed for trial. 18-year-old Brock Connolly is charged with 8 felonies, including child sexual exploitation and possession of child pornography. According to a criminal complaint, he was a volunteer wrestling coach for Sparta High School, which he graduated from in 2023. In January, Connolly allegedly solicited nude photos from a 14-year-old girl and sent her nude photos of himself. Connolly is currently out on a $5,000 signature bond and will be back in court in November. An Eau Claire man is in custody on drug charges. According to a criminal complaint, 32-year-old James Schaefer sold an informant more than 87 grams of meth. He has 2 other open cases in Chippewa County and is being held in Eau Claire County Jail after refusing to sign a $5,000 signature bond with conditions. The Vernon County Sheriff is stressing child passenger safety after a head-on crash. In a release, the sheriff said 2 cars collided just south of State Highway 82 in the town of Wheatland Friday. A 60-year-old male driver hit an oncoming car with a 3-year-old passenger. Torgerson says the child suffered only minor injuries because she was in a properly sized seat. La Crosse's Townsend Street has aging water lines that are breaking and leaking frequently. Yesterday, the La Crosse Board of Public Works approved an emergency water main installation. News 8 Now's Jeremy Wall reports.
Has lived in his house for 11 years. He's never seen a leakage like this until last month.
We're out back here, we saw some water standing and found out that our water line, the lateral feeding the house, has a break in it, and it's bubbling up through the ground here.
Today, the Board of Public Works is approving the installation of an emergency water main. The installation will impact multiple properties. According to the Board of Public Works, the water lines are poorly constructed and aging. They've already gone through lots of repairs, but they still don't seem to be doing the job.
They have a history of multiple service repairs already. In fact, it's to the point that private plumbers will not work on them anymore because it's such a pain.
The Board of Public Works says the leak threatens to erode the hill these homes are built on.
We're not happy about it. A lot of concern. There's a lot of uncertainty. We don't want to lose what we have. We've got a lot invested in this place, and if the hill goes, then we don't have a house.
Kevin Erlinson lives right next to the leak. He also fears for his home's foundation.
You know, the ground's going to be unstable eventually. How much longer is this going to go on? And yeah, the erosion, it's if you've been out back and looked from our back door to the water, isn't very far.
Although the installation was approved on Monday, it could be a while before anything is done. In La Crosse, Jeremy Wall, News 8 Now this morning.
Water main install will go to Common Council. The time now is 6:10, still ahead on your morning news. Google is backtracking on its pledge to remove third-party cookies. A piece of Kobe Bryant's legacy is up for grabs, and McDonald's says it's keeping its $5 meal deal.
Toy makers are already gearing up for the holiday season. I'm Bradley Blackburn with what may be on your child's wish list this year.
For now, we're sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. The Green Bay Packers celebrated the start of training camp by riding area kids' bikes into practice. The Packers have continued the tradition for more than 60 years and continue to add new bikes into the team's rotation. This year, 5 new bikes were introduced, each one celebrating a different piece of Wisconsin heritage, all in preparation for the upcoming NFL season, which kicks off next month. And as you wake up this morning, we are taking a live look now at Philadelphia. Stay with us. Your morning news continues after the break.
Chart your career with a welding position at Chart Industries. Do you have a year or more of welding experience? Starting wages up to $35 per hour. We have the job for you. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
So that no matter what mess you brought into this church today, no matter what addiction and what struggle, no matter how many times you've doubted God or questioned God, that because of Jesus Christ, God's not holding it over your head. Instead, there is this amazing grace, there is this unconditional love that you and I can say, God doesn't just put up with us. God loves us.
Join Pastor Mike Novotny each Sunday. Watch Time of Grace on Channel 8, WKBT.
Jolivet Family Farms. There's no substitute for homegrown freshness. Jolivet's homegrown triple sweet corn is picked fresh daily. Join us Sundays 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. for our roasted sweet corn and charcoal brats. Jolivet's also features homegrown carrots, sweet onions, peppers, beets, cabbage, dill, tomatoes, cucumbers, blueberries, and so much more. Find distinctive crafts and decor. Take home some cookies, breads, bars, or pies from our homemade bakery. Buy fresh, buy local. Open daily year-round. Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
Ram is built to serve, and you'll find the Ram you're looking for at Pischke Motors in West Salem or Pischke Motors La Crosse.
Make this the summer with a Ram 1500. Stop into Pischke Motors now during our last call to save over $10,000 off MSRP on select 2024 Ram 1500s. They're on clearance. Great prices. Get them before they're gone. With unparalleled durability, towing, hauling, Ram's 1500 has you covered. Hurry in. This offer ends July 31st.
Start your search at Pischke.com and then drive away in your new Ram.
What do we think? Burglary gone wrong? More like a chilling spree.
You see it all too often. When you don't take care and maintain your system, it's all too easy for problems to pop up when you need it the most.
It's hard to stay cool under pressure. Proper service and maintenance is worth its weight in the cold. I'm not a fan of having problems. What can you do?
Call G&T as soon as humanly possible.
Don't lose your cool this summer. Call G&T Heating and Air Conditioning today.
Improving your home, improving your life with quality for less. Don't be fooled by free installation or buy this and get that free. Be assured this baloney is the road sign to high prices. Discover what thousands of your friends and neighbors have for over 30 years. The best price today and every day on windows and doors, bathrooms and kitchens, siding and gutters, sunrooms, decks, and pergolas. Call or visit the board store for a prompt free estimate. 524 Copeland Avenue, La Crosse, since 1989.
Chart your career with a welding position at Chart Industries. Do you have a year or more of welding experience? Starting wages up to $35 per hour. We have the job for you. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
This is you, one place to the next. One more thing to check off the list. But stopping for 30 minutes? Well, that's just not an option. So that's why there's this, the News 8000 app. All your local news, plus a little bit beyond. So take a break when you want to.
Well, good morning to you. Take a look here as we get into the fog and low cloud activity that is already working through the area right now. Patchy to dense fog expected as we go into it, but we also have rain and storm activity also associated with our forecast today, and that continues into the evening hours. It's about a 30% chance today, much different than what we were talking about yesterday with at least an 80% chance. You can see mostly last 6 hours, we had a nice little batch of rainfall that swept right across the cross throughout the morning, and then it's now out of the way. Take a look now to the farther south, and it continues to work its way into Madison. And then we go for a little bit of a break for an hour or so before the next batch of rainfall possibly comes in. Current temperatures right now, widespread in the 60s for you. We're also showing dew points doing the same. And of course, that moisture will continue to stay with us throughout the day. Observed wind speeds are calm, hence the fog. And as we get into the rain amounts, we're not looking at a lot of it. Mostly you can see it's kind of also over to our east and over to our west and kind of light in our area. Right about now, taking a look at the rivers, these are all updated right now. Winona, believe it or not, has risen up maybe just about an inch or two in some cases, but it's all in action, so don't worry about it. It's not an issue. McGregor will start to fall once we get into the 7 o'clock hour for Wednesday. And of course, we look ahead for La Crosse. You're looking at potential for rainfall coming back again, and it's showing about a 20% to a 30% chance at 2 o'clock and extending into the evening hours. And of course, Eau Claire will do pretty much the same with 20 to 40% chance, and rainfall is not looking like it's in the forecast just yet. Back to you.
In your consumer news this morning, Google is backtracking on its pledge to remove cookies from websites. Cookies are small digital files used to track user activity online. Instead, the tech company says it'll take a new approach that would allow people to make an informed choice on cookies as they surf the web. Google says it received feedback from advertisers before changing course. A piece of Kobe Bryant's legacy is up for grabs. The locker used by the legendary basketball star at the Staples Center is being auctioned by Sotheby's. There's a chance it could go for at least $1 million. Bidding started yesterday and will go through August 2nd. A 4-day public viewing is scheduled to start this weekend. In addition to the locker, the highest bidder will also get a scrapbook of photos and a poster of Bryant right after he played the last game of his career. McDonald's says it'll keep its $5 meal deal on the menu at most U.S. locations through August. McDonald's launched that meal deal in response to weaker than expected sales. It was intended to last for just a month, but McDonald's said the meal deal is boosting sales and even prompting some to buy full-priced items. The deal comes with a cheeseburger or chicken sandwich, small French fries, 4-piece chicken McNuggets, and a small drink. For toy makers, the countdown to the holiday season has already begun, and so has the battle to be this year's hot toy. Bradley Blackburn got an inside look at this year's trends and what might be on the top of wish lists. Set, go!
In the race to be this year's top toy, Lori Schacht knows how to pick a winner. Lori, you're the pro! She's tracked toy trends for decades at the Toy Insider and brings top toy makers together for the annual Sweet Sweet event in New York.
We know that parents love to share things with their children that they had when they were children.
That means old 90s favorites are back, like the Ninja Turtles. But it's today's kid influencers like Kira and Cam from Missouri who have the real superpower to shape trends.
Kira! Ooh! What's this? I've got to get this open!
Their videos reviewing toys can get millions of views.
It's July. You're already making your Christmas list?
I know! I want that shaking thing where you say,
Shaking things up this year, there's plenty of new.
What do you want to do, Peanut?
Peanut the playful monkey blinks, walks, and swings with more than 100 interactions. Don't worry, there's still an off switch.
There's the off switch.
There's the off switch right on the foot.
And meet Poe.
This is our AI storytelling bear.
Kids tap prompts in an app, then OpenAI creates a custom story.
Joining her was Prince Leo.
Who did it make you think of?
Teddy Ruxpin.
Right, but this is a whole different generation. It's a story created from the kids' own ideas, what they've chosen.
It's not just toys. Craft kits are a huge category right now. Kids love them, and so do parents.
A new spin on old classics. Toys ready to bring joy to the next generation.
That's it for your morning consumer news. The time now is 6:20. Let's check in with News 8 meteorologist Art Jarrett for a look at our forecast.
Okay, expect more of the low cloud activity and fog also holding on to our forecast area. And we do have an area of low pressure that continues to hover over us, not only on the east side, but to the west side of the state. We're taking a look here at current temperatures widespread in the 60s for you. It is quite comfortable this early morning despite the rainfall. Most of it has tracked over to the east, as you can see, over the last, say, 6 hours or so. Again, with the rainfall on its way back, with more on the way, you can see. And a little bit closer to home, well, today's headlines are going to be like this. Morning fog, low cloud activity. Then we get into partly cloudy skies and storms, as you can see, at least a 30% chance, much different than what we had yesterday. That was an 80% chance. You're going to see this carry over into the morning, into the afternoon and evening hours for us. And as that happens, well, you're going to be seeing the possibility of some decent rainfall slipping through the area. We have this area of low pressure that sneaks in, a cutoff low, and that's going to push everything a little bit more to the south and east, and eventually we're going to see the possibility of more along the lines of drier conditions on the way. Sky Tracker shows that rainfall popping in a little bit here up to the north in Mansfield and then eventually down to the south. So it is moving in from northwest to southeast to the area. In fact, it's a big troughing of low pressure that is going to be with us, and it should move out of the state down to the south of us as we go into tomorrow. Take a look here as we finish out by 5 o'clock. More chances come in again with a slight chance of about 20% to at least about a 10% chance as we get into tonight and overnight tonight. So the possibility of more storms coming in, you can still see them kind of sneaking in as we get deeper into, say, the 11 o'clock hour toward midnight. All right, so as far as rain is concerned, most of it is over to our east and to our west. And as we carry out how this all plays out, we may see some of that trickle back down again. But the rainfall amounts that we were looking at yesterday really don't seem to be coming into fruition. Highs today, well, they were looking at widespread 70s and 80s picking up, and then again widespread 80s for everyone tomorrow. And as we look over the next 8 days, well, we take it into 82 today, 79 tomorrow. Plenty of sunshine carries over into Thursday, and we get into partly cloudy skies for Friday with mild conditions. Temperatures bump up though, 85 degrees as humidity starts to sneak back in. By Saturday and Sunday, we're looking at temperatures ranging from 87 to 89 degrees, and that will continue all the way into next week with rain chances coming back again with more storms Monday and Tuesday. Back to you.
The time now is 6:22. Still ahead, a Minnesota senior care facility is using VR to help give some residents a chance to move around and even visit the Olympic Games.
Coming up in sports, day one of Packer training camp, a few new faces and a bunch of old faces. We'll have the latest coming up in the Morning Blitz.
And as you wake up this morning, leaving you with a wake-up call to Des Moines, Iowa. Stay with us. Your morning sports blitz is after the break.
They don't clock out at 5 or care if it's the weekend. That means we keep working too.
So when Eric Hovde says that farmers don't work hard, that pisses me off.
Think of farming. Look at the old physical toil that it would take on your body. Now you're largely driving around a tractor.
A California banker criticizing Wisconsin farmers for not working hard? We know what that is.
Eric Hovde, what the hell's wrong with this guy?
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra, available with the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Or get $3,500 purchase cash on select GMC Sierra models. Or get a total of $6,000 purchase allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Visit your Best Choice GMC dealer today.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Suncast resin storage sheds are excellent for protecting outdoor lawn and garden equipment and are easy to assemble. Get the 8x10 tree mount storage shed for $1099.99 after rebate. Be prepared for the unexpected with Generac home standby generators. They automatically start within seconds of sensing a power loss. Save over $685 on this generator after rebate at Menards, America's #1 home improvement retailer for customer satisfaction.
Save big money at Menards.
Hi, I'm Brody from Great River Harley-Davidson. If you haven't been in this year, consider this your invitation to stop by.
Adam Sandoval's Great American Convoy will be riding into Great River Thursday, July 25th from 3 to 5, raising money for the Wounded Warrior Project. Meet Adam Sandoval, donate to the Wounded Warriors, and ride with the convoy.
Whether it's your first time on a bike or you've been riding for years, I want to invite you to stop into Great River Harley-Davidson.
It's a program making a big difference in the lives of those coping with losing a limb, as well as those providing assistance. Thursday at 6, we'll get you in touch with the innovative LEAP program at UWL and how it's increasing both quality of life and care for amputees.
The News 8 Plus app. Local news on your time.
Is back. The Packers have returned to Green Bay for the start of training camp. News 8 Now sports director Jacob Lenzendorf made the trip yesterday and has a breakdown of day one.
Well, another Packers season is underway as the first day of training camp is in the books, and expectations have returned to being high, but some new faces are looking to make an impact quick. But before we get to practice, a tradition like no other. Always fun seeing the monsters of men heading to practice on small bikes and scooters. No Jordan Love practicing today as Brian Gutekunst announced he wouldn't take part until a deal gets done, but he was in attendance with his guys having some fun. Josh Jacobs is a new face that fans will be getting used to cheering on, and he said it was a special first day with an atmosphere like no other.
Yeah, it was dope, man. I rode the bike for the first time. Just to see all the people out, all the kids and all of that type of things. Just see the people standing outside, even though, the stadium was full. So it's definitely a different experience. It's definitely something that I got to get used to, but it's been fun.
Also on the offensive side of the ball, first-round draft pick Jordan Morgan got his first taste of training camp action, and he feels ready to go.
You're going out there and seeing all the bikes and the kids, and you see the stuff on TV and all that. So, being out there in person is so surreal, and it's fun.
Green Bay's second-round pick, Javon Bullard, who's a hard-hitting safety out of Georgia, is eager to make an early impact and establish himself as a player to watch on that defensive side of the ball.
It's definitely important to me. Like I said, I want to play, and wherever the coaches see that be fit, that's on them, but I'm trying to put my best foot forward to put myself in a position to, feed my family and to make this team successful.
And one of the guys up front who will look to plug some holes and put some pressure on quarterbacks got paid yesterday. Kenny Clark will continue to represent the green and gold, and he's happy to be a Packer for the foreseeable future.
I kind of grew up here, became a man here, and this town, the people here, everybody just welcomed me with open arms, and from the jump, so I'm super appreciative, and I just got to keep putting in the work.
So day one of the 79th edition of Packers training camp is in the books. Excitement is high around Titletown as this bunch will look to improve upon an NFC divisional round loss from 1 year ago. In Green Bay, Jacob Lenzendorf, News 8 Now Sports.
We've got a long ways to go before regular season games start up. A few notable dates. Packers' first preseason game is in Cleveland on Saturday, August 10th. Their last preseason game and only preseason home game, Saturday, August 24th. Their first regular season game in Brazil against the Eagles on Friday, September 6th. And then their first regular season game in Lambeau on Sunday, September 15th. A lot more from training camp throughout the week, so be sure to tune in. That'll do it for the Blitz. We'll see you tonight.
Charge your career with a welding position at Chart Industries. Do you have a year or more of welding experience? Starting wages up to $35 per hour. We have the job for you. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
Tell me about the day that you first found out about Nolan's birth defect.
Everything was normal up until my 20-week ultrasound. I learned my baby would not survive. I did not have the choice to do what was right for me and my family. To think that there's a possibility of a national abortion ban scares me to death.
Derek Van Orden and his extreme positions around reproductive freedoms are why I'm running for Congress. I'm Rebecca Cook, and I approve this message.
It's Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Rewards Member Appreciation Event. While we offer unbeatable deals every day, now through July 31st, we're showing extra appreciation to our rewards members with exclusive deals. Like $100 instant savings on 4 Michelin, BF Goodrich, or Uniroyal tires. Rewards members get an extra $25 instant savings on any set of 4. Rewards members save $3 on Blaine's Lawn and Garden utility batteries. Not a rewards member? Sign up at checkout or online. Don't miss our rewards member appreciation event going on now.
Chevy lets you begin every day fully charged, so you can go farther. And so can your money. Tow with confidence. Plus, stay connected with available OnStar technology. For summer adventures, Chevy's got you. Get 1.9% financing on this 2024 Silverado when you finance with GM Financial. Or get $5,750 total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Visit HometownChevy.com.
The savings are sizzling with items under $3 all week long at Hy-Vee. That's right, under $3. Get fresh meat for the grill and the freshest produce around for under $3. Cool down with sweet treats the whole family will love for under $3. Pack your pantry and save on staples for under $3. Get these great deals and more all week long, only at Hy-Vee.
Why always the couch? Does he need to go to puppy school? Get his little puppy diploma? How much have I been spending on this little guy?
When your questions about life turn into questions about money, there's Erica, the virtual financial assistant to help you spend, save, and plan smarter. Only from Bank of America. What would you like the power to do?
Chart your career with a welding position at Chart Industries. Do you have a year or more of welding experience? Starting wages up to $35 per hour. We have the job for you. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
The First Warn Weather app. Download it today. You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
In your morning medical news, a new study indicates smoking marijuana before or during pregnancy can carry serious health risks for expectant mothers and their babies. According to the study, women who have THC in their systems are more likely to deliver babies with lower birth weights, and infants could also face an increased risk of being admitted into neonatal intensive care. Mayo Clinic also warns some pregnant women may also develop a serious form of high blood pressure known as preeclampsia. The research comes as more women report using marijuana to ease nausea, pain, stress, and help deal with sleep during pregnancy. A Minnesota senior center is using VR technology as a new way to help keep its residents active. Kaya Edwards shows us how this fun tech solution is helping seniors get a chance to feel like they are at the 2024 Summer Games.
Eric's beating you just a little bit out in front.
A little bit?
Harry.
He's kicking my butt.
With the help of a headset,
Go. Go.
a senior care home transforms into a bike trail.
They keep us pretty busy. They really do.
Mount Olivet residents like Rick Hines are using virtual reality to experience the 2024 Summer Games.
There you go, front stroke.
I know I'm in my chair, but my mind is telling me I'm at the Olympics.
The system was designed specifically for seniors, and the company behind it, Rendeavor, releases new destinations weekly.
Wow. We're not just a facility that does bingo.
In Paris, recreational therapist Erica Thompson guides the group to tennis courts, fields, swimming pools.
We're not just a facility that throws on a movie. We would like to make sure that our programs have purpose.
She says they received Rendeavor in January as part of a state-funded performance improvement plan.
Something really cool about this this too is we have some residents with macular degeneration who are able to be successful with seeing through the VR goggles.
Caretakers report these interactive sessions reduce social isolation and depression.
Did you guys know that there's even a small apartment at top of the Eiffel Tower?
For Rick, it's a chance to be active. He played several sports growing up and has always enjoyed the Olympics.
I hope sometime that it becomes available for everybody. It's that unique an experience.
And back here at home, the Wafer Food Pantry asking for your help. The facility's new location is drawing an increase of traffic since opening last year. And with plenty of kids still on summer break, demand for food has risen significantly as many families rely on school programs for meals. Wafer is currently in need of non-perishable food items like peanut butter and breakfast cereal. For donation times, you can visit our website, news8000.com. An endangered species home in Pettibone Park is in jeopardy, and local agencies are stepping in. Rising Mississippi levels threaten the habitat of little brown bats living under the bridge at Pettibone. To give them a new place to live, the La Crosse Parks and Rec Department is teaming up with the DNR to build specialized bat houses at the park.
We're not actually moving the bats. We're just kind of giving them an option for when water gets too high or their current residence is threatened by Mother Nature. We're giving them a chance to have a different place to live during that time.
Construction of the new bat house is expected to start this fall when the river levels stabilize. A Ho-Chunk Nation Back to School Bash is helping Native American students prepare for the upcoming school year. The event took place yesterday at Three Rivers House in La Crosse. To qualify, students had to be between ages 3 and 18 and at least 1/4 Native American. Eligible students receive backpacks and school supplies along with additional snacks.
I want them to have the benefit of having what they need. Again, it's so expensive for our families to have to go buy all these supplies, and again, multiple students. I had 6 students at home at one point. It's really hard to buy supplies for all those students. We know that our students need things, and we're hoping that this is just a piece of that. We know it's not everything, right?
The Ho-Chunk Nation Education Department and Youth Services Division hosted the bash. The time now is 6:36. Here's News 8 meteorologist Art Jarrett to tell us what to expect on our morning commute.
All right, and away we go with patchy to dense fog out there right now. You're going to see that in the center of your screen. La Crosse is holding on to at least about 9 miles of visibility. Other locations are down to at least 1 in some areas by Black River Falls, Rochester as well, extending down to 4 miles for Basketball. Up to the north, Ladysmith and Eau Claire at about 9 miles of visibility. That being said, scattered storms once this morning, and we'll return back again as we go deeper into possibly the evening hours. Let's take a quick peek at how this all looks for us. We'll go into it right now. Current temperatures for you are widespread in your 60s, and once we get into it, there's a look at the rainfall. That was over the last, say, 4 hours, and that continues to track more to the east now, up and out of the area. Right now, we're looking at drier skies on the way, but a little bit of light rainfall is moving over Ladysmith right now. We take a look at how this all plays out going into Eau Claire. You're looking at 20% chances of rainfall for you going into at least 30% to 40% to finish out the remainder of the afternoon and into the evening. For La Crosse, we're looking at least 30% to 20% chances of rain to 40, and then up to 50 with rainfall coming back in the morning and into the late afternoon and evening hours. Back to you.
Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8. Jean is turning 88. She loves being around her 4 children, 6 grandchildren, and 17 great-grandchildren. Happy birthday to you. And if you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 88 years old soon, we'd love to feature them. Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Pictures button underneath the Home tab. August is almost here, meaning one of the Coulee region and Chippewa Valley's biggest music festivals, Ashley for the Arts, is just around the corner. Coming up, we're speaking with the event director about which big-name stars you can expect to see this year.
After long-standing efforts from Wisconsin Senator Tammy Baldwin, 3 of the 4 biggest pharmaceutical companies say they're going to start capping the prices of their inhalers.
They used to charge families like ours $600 a month for an inhaler, even though they cost less than $5 to make. So Tammy Baldwin fought the drug companies, and she won. Now Hadley's inhaler costs $35, and we're breathing easier.
I'm Tammy Baldwin. I approve this message. I don't work for the drug companies. I work for you.
Sunken or uneven concrete only worsens with time due to changing seasons, stress on the slab, or poorly compacted soil. Thankfully, American Waterworks offers proven, warranted solutions. Typically less expensive than full replacement and more efficient and lightweight than mud jacking, our methods are designed to last. After all, your sunken concrete won't get better with time, but it will with our modern solutions. Choose confidence, choose reliability, choose American Waterworks.
Hi, I'm Brody from Great River Harley-Davidson. If you haven't been in this year, consider this your invitation to stop by.
Adam Sandoval's Great American Convoy will be riding into Great River Thursday, July 25th from 3 to 5, raising money for the Wounded Warrior Project. Meet Adam Sandoval, donate to the Wounded Warriors, and ride with the convoy.
Whether it's your first time on a bike or you've been riding for years, I want to invite you to stop into Great River Harley-Davidson.
Summer fun along the Mississippi River in Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin. Imagine your trip to Prairie du Chien any way you'd want it to be. All of the views, all of the history, all of the fun. Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin, a destination with it all, any way you'd like it to be. Discover more at prairieduchien.org.
Drive into summer with a new Honda Accord Hybrid, CR-V Hybrid, or the all-new Civic Hybrid. Take a vacation, staycation, or just a weekend drive with the windows down. Whatever you do, make it epic with Honda. The 2024 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Overall EV and Hybrid Brand. So act now. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into the Honda Summer Event.
Need to refresh your deck? Get an 11% rebate on the whole project at Menards. And add the finishing touch with your 11% rebate. How will you spend your rebate?
Save big money at Menards.
All right, this morning we had a run of scattered showers and storm activity. In fact, it's going to kind of work its way over to Madison and beyond to the east. And eventually we'll get another batch of that coming back again, possibly in the form of light showers coming into about the 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock hour, possibly for La Crosse. Right about now, you're looking at this area of low pressure dipping down on top of us. And we'll take a look at the rainfall possibilities here. You're seeing most of it is to the east and to the west of us. And we see some of it kind of trailing up to the north by Ladysmith. You see some of that rainfall popping in the afternoon again, heading towards La Crosse. We'll see a few showers, maybe a few pop-up storms kind of moving into the area by then. And then, of course, it begins to break down before another batch of that rainfall starts to sneak back, getting deeper into the evening hours and closer to the midnight hour. You'll see more rainfall coming in. Rochester heading over to areas by Preston, and then eventually back over to our area in La Crosse and, of course, Decorah picking up some rainfall. That being said, we're looking at the amounts of rain that we're going to receive, not as much as we expected yesterday. We were looking for at least about a half an inch, maybe even a quarter of an inch for sure, but now it looks to be a lot less. As far as the highs for today are concerned, you're looking at 70s and 80s today. 82 for La Crosse, 78 for Eau Claire, and 72 for Ladysmith. Tomorrow, everybody's going to be in the 70s widespread, as you can see, and we're looking at some sunny skies ahead for us. Take a look at how this all plays out. 82 degrees today, hazy sunshine with a little patchy fog, low cloud activity with rainfall as a 30% chance. We'll go into tomorrow with 79 degrees for your high. You're looking at plenty of sunshine, and of course, we'll also see, again, for Thursday, more sunshine on the way with 82 degrees on the way for you. You'll pick up at least partly cloudy skies getting into Friday and into Saturday and Sunday. Mild conditions will ensue, possibly to warm conditions as we get up into the 85 to 89 degree mark going into Saturday and Sunday. Humidity starts to become a factor where we'll see temperatures staying around 89 degrees for a few days, despite having storm activity possibilities coming in for Monday and for Tuesday. Take a look at your lows. You're going to be seeing them bump up a little bit after we get into tomorrow. You'll see tomorrow about 58 degrees in the morning, then 62 degrees, up to 65, then 70 degrees to possibly 71 as we go into Sunday and Monday. So that's how it all plays out for you. That's your forecast. Please take it slow on the roadways and stay safe. Back to you.
An iconic music festival is set to return in just a couple of weeks. We're joined this morning by Cole Bawick to tell us more about this year's Ashley for the Arts Festival. Good morning, Cole.
Good morning.
So it's been around for a long time. A lot of people know what it is, but you know, some of us are newbies to the area. So for those of us who don't know, who haven't been, what can you tell us about it?
Yeah, so Ashley for the Arts is a nonprofit music and arts festival. It's always held the second weekend in August, and it's nonprofit at its core. So we showcase the arts and support humanity. So since our inception back in 2009, we've been able to generate over $3.5 million that has gone back to support over 70 nonprofit organizations.
Wow, excellent.
So who can we expect to see this year?
Yeah, so on Thursday evening on August 8th, we have Them Cooley Boys. That's on our Soldiers Walk stage. And then when you lead into Friday, for our main stage headline entertainment, we have Neil McCoy kicking it off at 3 p.m., followed by Vertical Horizon. That goes into the script, and then Journey is our major headliner on Friday evening.
Wait.
Journey?
As in like the Bay Area Journey?
Yes, Journey is coming into Arcadia, Wisconsin. Can you believe it?
Wow.
And then on Saturday, we kick it off with Tiger Lily Gold. That goes into Low Cash, which is followed by Bret Michaels. And then our headline on Saturday is Old Dominion. So we got an amazing lineup this year for our 15th year anniversary, and we're very excited.
Yeah, pretty impressive lineup for sure. So where can people get tickets?
Yeah, people can get tickets right now online at ashleyforthearts.com. It's $55 tickets right now. Otherwise, if you're a kid that's 10 and under, you can also get it for $25, and that's good for the entire 3-day music and arts weekend. So
okay, so I also lost my mind after the Journey thing. In back, where do the proceeds go again? One more time.
The proceeds go all back to the local organizations that we support. So it's 70 nonprofit organizations that help put on Ashley for the Arts, or that is supported by Ashley for the Arts. Most of them are area school districts or other nonprofit organizations.
Right on.
Okay, great. And so I'm sure there'll be food, drinks. What other things can we expect at the festival?
Yeah, so we got a lot of art. So we have art and craft fairs that line up all Memorial Park Walk. We also have a lot of circus entertainment, family-friendly activities, an inflatable air park. We have a hot air balloon that launches overhead, and so much more. So there's a lot of different things for the whole family to come and enjoy.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah, what about parking? Is parking free? Or?
Parking is free. So we have amazing landowners that we partner with, and we have free bus shuttles. So it's free parking and free bus shuttles that bring you to and from the event continuously. So if you go to our website at ashleyforthearts.com, we have a map that shows all the different parking lots. So if you're coming from southbound, northbound, east or west, you'll be able to figure out which parking lot you should park in, get that free bus shuttle in, and you're set to go.
All right, great. And we've got all that information on the screen right now for people to see. Anything else that you want people to know?
I don't think so. Just take a look at our website, all the different SOPs or FAQs that you're looking for. Planning for Ashley for the Arts is going to be there as to what you can bring in the gates and what you can come to expect.
Okay, and do people need to get tickets in advance, or can they do that at the door?
You can also buy them at the gate. So I'd encourage you to buy it online right now. It's $55. Otherwise, you can purchase them at the gate.
Okay, and same price at the gate, or does it go up?
It goes up to whatever the fee is. So it's $65 at the gate.
Okay, all right. So get them now for a little bit of a discount. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here this morning.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
No problem. Stay with us. We're back right after this.
It's blueberry season at Cane's Orchard in Hickston. Picking is this Saturday starting at 7 a.m. Bring your pails and arrive early for the best picking of 8 varieties. The blueberries are ripe at Cane's Orchard on Cane Road just off I-94 and Highway 95 in Hickston.
You'll soon vote on 2 misleading constitutional amendments. They're designed to trick voters into eliminating checks and balances in our government. It's a power grab to give the legislature the sole power to distribute emergency funding. Our legislature is ruled by bickering and gridlock. 6 months without passing a bill. Millions lost from their failures. So don't give them the sole power. Vote no to questions 1 and 2.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra, available with the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Or get $3,500 purchase cash on select GMC Sierra models. Or get a total of $6,000 purchase allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Visit your Best Choice GMC dealer today.
This is Kathy. She's about to see her dentist. She's afraid. Not because of the drill, but because of the bill. A big bill. But Kathy doesn't need to be afraid, and neither do you, thanks to affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. It's easy to get this coverage. Don't believe me? Call or go online for all the details. You could even have this free information kit. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance. It helps pay for over 400 procedures. That's a lot. I'm talking cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. Bottom line, you'll have help paying for routine care and expensive major work. But if you want deductibles, forget it. There aren't any. No annual maximum either. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Stop fearing the big bill. Start saving at the dentist. Call now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
It's blueberry season at Kane's Orchard in Hickston. Picking is this Saturday starting at 7 a.m. Bring your pails and arrive early for the best picking of 8 varieties. The blueberries are ripe at Kane's Orchard on Kane Road just off I-94 and Highway 95 in Hickston.
Why always the couch? Does he need to go to puppy school? Get his little puppy diploma? How much have I been spending on this little guy?
When your questions about life turn into questions about money, there's Erica, the virtual financial assistant to help you spend, save, and plan smarter. Only from Bank of America. What would you like the power to do?
Call Hupy and Abraham. They really do mean business.
Welcome back. It's 6:50. Time for your morning news now. We're learning more about a Juneau County crash that left one person dead last week. 52-year-old Derek Schaefer of Pennsylvania is charged with intoxicated vehicular homicide, operating without a driver's license, and possession of THC. According to a criminal complaint, he was driving himself and a friend on I-90-94 East early Wednesday morning when he crossed both lanes of traffic and rolled several times into a ditch. State troopers found a woman dead at the scene and marijuana and open liquor near the car. A Juneau County judge has set a $10,000 cash bond. A former volunteer wrestling coach accused of sex crimes is bound over for trial. 18-year-old Brock Connolly is charged with 8 felonies, including child sexual exploitation and possession of child pornography. According to a criminal complaint, he was a volunteer wrestling coach for Sparta High School, which he graduated from in 2023. In January, he allegedly solicited nude photos from a 14-year-old and sent her nude photos of himself. Connolly is currently out on a $5,000 signature bond and is due back in court in November. An Eau Claire man is in custody on drug charges. According to the criminal complaint, 32-year-old James Schaefer sold an informant more than 87 grams of meth. He has 2 other open drug cases in Chippewa County and is being held in Eau Claire County Jail. Vice President Kamala Harris has enough delegate support to win the Democratic nomination for president at next month's convention. But with 3.5 months to go, local Democrats are refocusing their efforts in their bid to have the Badger State go blue. Some local Democrats say they're having to slow down their efforts to connect with voters as they wait for more information. Others are moving full steam ahead and are advocating for Vice President Kamala Harris right away.
All of these things that Biden accomplished, we still get to talk about because Harris is a part of that ticket.
And as many Democrats unite around Harris, they're confident that despite the late start, she can still win Wisconsin. Happening today, Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson is set to welcome Harris for the vice president's first campaign stop after President Biden left the campaign. Johnson says he's not surprised to see his party rally for Harris. He says the party's support for her means President Biden got it right when nominating her as VP 4 years ago.
That's what the vice president's job is to step in and serve as the president. And we are all blessed because of Joe Biden's forthright decision in selecting Kamala Harris. That's, I think, why you see so many Democrats coalescing around her within 24 hours of her candidacy.
Wisconsin's Democratic Party chairman stated that 89 of the state's 95 delegates will support Harris at the DNC. This will also be her 5th visit to Wisconsin this year. Failing water lines have some La Crosse homes at risk of erosion. La Crosse's Townsend Street has aging water lines breaking and leaking. Yesterday, the La Crosse Board of Public Works approved an emergency water main installation. The board says the poorly constructed aging water lines threaten to erode the hill these homes are built on, causing concern among residents.
We're not happy about it. A lot of concern. There's a lot of uncertainty. We don't want to lose what we have. We've got a lot invested in this place, and if the hill goes, then we don't have a house.
The emergency water main install will go to Common Council. The Ho-Chunk Nation Back to School Bash is providing for the needs of Native American students. The event was held yesterday at Three Rivers House in La Crosse from 3 to 6. To qualify, students had to be between the ages of 3 and 18 and at least 1/4 Native American. Eligible students receive backpacks and school supplies along with some traditional foods to snack on. One of the organizers says events like these can make a big difference for families struggling to cover school costs for multiple students.
We just want them to have the benefit of having what they need. Again, it's so expensive for our families to have to go buy all these supplies. And again, multiple students. I had 6 students at home at one point. It's really hard to buy supplies for all those students. We know that our students need things, and we're hoping that this is just a piece of that. We know it's not everything, right?
The Ho-Chunk Nation Education Department and Youth Services Division hosted the bash.
All right, slightly, we are just north of a trough of low pressure here, and you can see it's kind of coming in from the northwest, diving to the southeast, and then heading out to the east. And so that means we're looking at a little bit less rainfall expected today. Temperatures will range from the 70s and the 80s today, those low 80s. Once we get into tomorrow, everybody's back in the 70s, widespread with mostly sunny skies and dry conditions. Take a look at what's going to happen for you today. 82 degrees, but it's rain and storm activity today and this evening. Then we'll go into tomorrow with plenty of sunshine on the way. Do the same for Thursday with partly cloudy skies to finish out the work week and into your weekend. Temperatures will bump up to 87 to 89 degrees. Back to you.
All right, well, I scream, you scream, we all scream for vanilla ice cream because today is National Vanilla Ice Cream Day. While vanilla might sound, well, vanilla, think again. Vanilla bean, French vanilla, Neapolitan, and dozens of other flavors just wouldn't be the same without the traditional treat. You can dress it up with sprinkles, chop it with hot fudge, or even add it to a milkshake. And remember, there's nothing plain about vanilla ice cream. Share your favorite variety on social media with the hashtag National Vanilla Ice Cream Day. Yeah, and look, we've got some vanilla ice cream with us. It's like it looks perfect. It's kind of melting. It's at that amazing stage.
I'm like,
it looks amazing. Yeah. Well, thank you for starting your morning with us on this National Vanilla Ice Cream Day. We will see you back here at noon.